What's up guys, Ritzy K here, bringing you a bit of a spicy team in the Great League Remix Cup here. I've got Stunfisk lead, Jumpluff, and Barbaracle in the back. This team looks a little weird. I know Jumpluff, Barbaracle, what, why? But honestly, they're quite decent and they're pretty fun. Stunfisk and Jumpluff are very bulky. Which means that we can usually save at least one shield for Barbaracle, who can just Stone Edge everything. So anyways, getting into the battles here. First up, we have Stunfisk versus Toxicroak. This is an interesting matchup. It's fairly even both ways. It depends on how you want to burn your shields and the two shields. But he actually switches into Trevenant here and catches a Mud Bomb. That's pretty good for him, but I have a really good Trevenant answer in Jumpluff. So bringing the Jumpluff, he goes for Shadow Ball. I kind of figured he would, but that's fine. That's a lot of energy burned. So I go for Aerial Ace. He doesn't shield it. He wants to keep shield advantage. And before he can get to another Shadow Ball, or at least try to bait, I get another Aerial Ace. He doesn't bother shielding. That's fine. So he waits out his timer a little bit. He brings in a Drifblim. Drifblim's really good against this team. I have to shield regardless of what this is because I don't want my Jumpluff to go down quite yet. In reality, I probably could have let it go and just won with Barbaracle or Stunfisk, maybe. But anyways, I let Jumpluff go down after the one shield there. I switch into my Stunfisk. He catches a Discharge on his Toxicroak. That's fine. Discharge does a lot of damage anyway. Mud Bomb won't KO from this range, so I'm not scared. Yep, there it is. Doesn't KO. That's fine. I farm up one extra, go for a Mud Bomb here. It will KO from this range, definitely, but he has a 2 shields, so he's going to shield. That's fine. I get another Mud Bomb, but it's CMP, and he wins CMP, so he KOs me here. Very smart on his part. So at this point, it's pretty much GG for me. I don't really have anything that I'm able to do, just because this Drifblim is such a strong Pokemon against my backline. So go for the Aerial Ace there. It does a decent amount, but this Icy Wind will definitely KO, plus he still has a shield, so even if I get the bait off on my Barbaracle, it doesn't really matter. He goes for a Shadow Ball. We'll see, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. So I build up enough to get a Stone Edge, and then I go for Cross Chop. 2 Cross Chops, one for the shield, one for the notch, one for when he has no shields. 1 Cross Chop will not KO here from this range. Definitely not. It's triple resisted. So he goes for a Shadow Ball, takes me out. He could have just gone the Icy Wind and take me out, but whatever. Game 2, we have Stunfisk versus Pidgeot. Very good matchup for me. He brings in his own Stunfisk, and I don't have anything for this. I guess Jumpluff with Energy Ball could have done pretty well here, but honestly, if I can get Barbaracle onto that Pidgeot, that's even better for me than Stunfisk onto Pidgeot. So I try to make that happen. I go for the Mud Bombs. I started on the right side of the screen there with the bubbles. I don't know why. That's not where ground type bubbles start. So he shielded one, so I'm going to shield one. And then I get another Mud Bomb. I go for another Mud Bomb. I started on the left there. That's good. And he shields a second one. So at this point, I see that he has another one immediately. So I don't know where all this extra farm of his came from, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to bother wasting another shield. He gets 1 extra Mud Shot. I bring in my Jumpluff. This is fine. I'm not really scared. This Discharge doesn't really do too much. The issue with Stunfisk Jumpluff is if Stunfisk has shields for the Energy Balls, because then he can outpace really hard. I go for the Aerial Ace to conserve some energy, and definitely that's going to KO at that point anyway. So I go for Barbaracle into Whiscash here. This is rough. If he had most other Pokemon, this wouldn't be too bad, but Whiscash just destroys Barbaracle with Mud Bombs. Look at that damage, 55–60%. I go for another Cross Chop. Does not a whole lot of damage, really. I don't think Stone Edge would have been better either in this case. I get another Cross Chop off before we go down. And then I get a little bit of farm with Jumpluff, but because he goes for the Blizzard here, I have to shield. I know he's going for Blizzard because he gets KO'd this turn anyway. It doesn't matter. So I have to burn a shield. Gust does a ton of damage. I'm not getting to 2 Aerial Aces before he gets to 1 move. He Brave Birds. He could have Feather Danced. It wouldn't matter. Next game we have Stunfisk versus Magcargo. This is really good for us. Stunfisk absolutely dominates this thing. So He switches out into Octillery. I bring in Jumpluff. Most people don't know that Octillery got lock on, and it's never really been used in Great League, so most people don't know that it has Gong Shot. But I know it has Gong Shot, so I shield. This guy went for the full-on Gong Shot. I shielded it. That's perfect. I go for the Energy Ball. He doesn't shield it. That's really good. Jumpluff versus Magcargo. This is not as bad as it may seem. Jumpluff is so bulky. Bulky enough that it can live quite a few incinerates, as we can see. I go for the Energy Ball, he shields it, and then he goes for Stone Edge. That's totally fine. I'll keep the even shield here. So I wait out my timer, and then I go into the good old Stunfisk. He switches out into a Nidoking. This was interesting. Going for a spicy pick himself, I suppose. So he doesn't shield the first Mud Bomb. It does a crazy amount of damage. He is, however, going to shield the second one, but that's fine because I have another Mud Bomb anyway coming up right now. He goes for a move. I'm not scared. I'm not really worried. I don't think he has anything that can threaten me. I was right. He went for a Sand Tomb. I go for Mud Bomb. Once again, I started on the wrong side of the screen for a ground type move. I don't know why. So fun part of this game is we're going to see how much a Stone Edge does to a Magcargo. It's very interesting. Boom! Get nuked, slug boy. Next game, we have Stunfisk vs Magcargo again. I swear this is not the same game. He incinerates this turn and switches out to a Superior. I bring in my Jumpluff, who can destroy Superior if it doesn't have Aerial Ace, which we will see in a moment. So he goes for Leaf Tornado. That could have been a bait, though. He could have Leaf Tornado and Aerial Ace. So I go for my own Aerial Ace, and he is not going to shield it. That's fine. It's a pretty good chunk. And then he goes for another move here. I call that he doesn't have Aerial Ace, and I am right. He has Leaf Tornado and Frenzy Plant. So that means I'm going to farm as much as I possibly can. He goes for another Frenzy Plant. That's totally fine. And then I go for my Aerial Ace, and it will KO from this range if he doesn't shield it, which he does not. Oh, almost KO. I have to go for a Bullet Seed first. And then I go for the Energy Ball on Magcargo. This would do about 35-40%. Yep, there it is. I kind of figured he would have shielded, but I guess he thought it was a bait. So this Magcargo's half HP, and I have a very strong cross-chopping Barbaracle staring it down. So his Stone Edge does quite a bit of damage, and he top lefts. Okay. Next game, we have Stunfisk versus Melmetal. That's a very commanding matchup, too. Metal doesn't really do that much. But then he brings in this thing. Abomasnow also really hurts this team. I have to call his Energy Balls and perfectly shield it every single time, or it'll just destroy me. So the first one I shield, hoping it's Energy. I'm right, it's Energy Ball. I build up another Cross Chop. And this was CMP, too. Both times it was CMP, and I won both times. It's very nice. So he shields that one, which means I don't think he's going to go for another Energy Ball, or a Weather Ball, sorry. No, I don't think he's going for an Energy Ball. I'm correct, he goes for Weather Ball. Very lucky call on my part. And then I can farm all the way down to a Stone Edge, destroy this thing, bye-bye, no more threats. And then he brings in Melmetal again. I can get a Cross Chop off before he goes for the Rock Slide to KO me. And it does a pretty good chunk, honestly. And that was CMP, too, and Barbaracle wins CMP all the time, apparently. It's very strong. So I bring in Stunfisk. I'm just going to Mud Bomb this stupid steely thing. And down it goes. And then he brings in a Pelipper. At this point, the game is already mine. Delicious. Jumpluff doesn't even need to come in and lift a finger. This game is all over. I go for the Toxic No Shield because he needs 2 Weather Balls to KO me anyway. I also go for the Toxic No Bubble. And that's it. That's the game. GG's. And that's all for the battles. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy seeing this team as much as I enjoyed using it. Give it a shot. It's very fun. Honestly, Barbaracle's incredibly powerful. I wasn't expecting that, but I was definitely pleasantly surprised. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more awesome content in the future, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!